So, hello everyone. Today we have with us Mr. Vivek Jha. So, Vivek Jha comes with more than 17 years of experience in the healthcare industry, especially in the clinical research and pharma verticals. So, at present, Vivek is heading the strategy and operations global drug development India at Novartis. So prior to this assignment, Vivek has been associated with reputed firms like Johnson& and Johnson, Thermo Fisher Scientific, and Max Healthcare. So pleasure is mine, Vivek, to host you today, this evening. And first of all, thank you so much for accepting our invitation to be on the board of advisory for the MBA Hospital and Healthcare Management program at IIM Bodhgaya. Thank you so much.
No, thank you inviting me here, Swapnarag. I mean, it's my pleasure to be part of this advisory board, and I hope that the opportunity is equally, thrilling for me as well because it's kind of a way to kind of giving back to younger generation whatever we have learned over experience of years in the industry. So I'm looking forward to it, and it's also very nice to be associated with a prestigious organization like IIM. So glad to be here.
Yeah, so pleasure is all mine, as I said. Yeah, okay, so I'll start with a few questions with you. So it will be a short interaction. So I'll start with a very generic question that since you have been more than 15 years in the pharma and clinical research industry, so based on your experience, can you just tell us what are the key trends that has been in the pharma and clinical trial industries for the last few years? And how do you see the future of this Indian pharma industry?
No, sure, happy to. Basically, as the evolution is going on, and especially in last 3 years, COVID has taught us many things that we have not, let's say, explored for before, right? As you would probably imagine, that drug development is a very tedious process, right? It takes a lot of effort to bring a new innovative medicine to market. Um, in terms of complexity, it takes more than 12, 13 years as an average to really have a product available, which we can call a medicine. And this has been since many decades, right? So it is surprising that there has been a lot of evolution in many fields, but pharma and healthcare still, to an extent, is operating at the pace which probably can be done better, much better, right? And that has been a driving force, right? The trends that we see now. Number one, I would say technology is just going to disrupt. It has already started to disrupt healthcare, life science as a whole, and pharma, whether innovation or in the generic industry, it is going to impact further and for betterment for it. Right? So what I mean by that, I mean, a lot of things that we do today, our processes, our systems are pretty old, right? In terms of the way we operate, right? Uh, Artificial intelligence, machine learning, and other data science capabilities that you see more uh, uh, easily available in other spaces like fintech uh, or mobility space. That is going to be the trend in pharma and healthcare as well. So you'll see a lot of digital health, digital therapeutics, and the new way of doing clinical trials, a new way of testing things, hypothesis testing, etc. We will see getting more and more enabled by technology. So that is number one. Number two, the trend that we see and I see is expectation from society and the stakeholders, right? That is changing very drastically, right? I mean, um, people expect more from pharma, more from healthcare industry, and the professions as well. So you might be seeing some trends yourself, right? In terms of earlier, patient used to go to clinic. Now they expect more and more services at home, diagnostic services at home, therapeutic services at home as well. You could see doctors are available, virtual teleconsultation, etc. Uh, so I feel that this expectation that now the society has, They want, for example, during COVID, we were expecting vaccines to be developed, launched in market within a short time frame. You can imagine within a year, you saw a lot of vaccines coming into market, right? In normal scenario, probably it's not feasible, right? Because it takes so much of time. So that is number two, the expectation that the stakeholders are having, right? Now, third trend that I see is price consciousness, right? And that's where probably a better understanding of not only healthcare, pharma, life sciences, but also the commercial viability of any product or services in the healthcare, pharma domain will be of utmost importance, right? So just imagine, like, if you can create an innovative product, but let's say if it is not commercially viable, probably we are restricting access to the larger masses, right? It becomes more important for developing economies like India and maybe sub-Saharan African or other countries, right, which can't really afford a very high-end innovation, which is coming at high price. So the trend seen also in developed nations is that they are becoming more and more price conscious, and people are asking, and maybe the ask is that yes, you have a product, but tell us, value. So more or less value based pricing, right? So that's the model. So I'll restrict it to three trends that I would like to recapitulate again. I see technology disruption. The second is expectation of the key stakeholders in the ecosystem, and third is price consciousness. So value-based pricing are the three things that I will share right now.
Okay, thank you so much for this triad of this developments and the trends that's going to happen. Yeah, so this sets the ground for me to ask the next question. As you said, that technology is changing the space. At the same point of time, as the changes are going very very rapid, the expectations from stakeholders are also different, right, or changing. Now, with this changing scenario, see, our traditional management education have been like this. We float some general management program, train them on various functional areas like marketing, finance, HR, operations, right? And then industry starts complaining that, okay, now people are not well equipped enough or not ready enough for the industry. So in that scenario, as you said, the industry changing, expectations are changing. Do you think that there is a specific need for people who are specifically trained on a specific industry dynamics like pharmaceutical or healthcare? So if that is the case, do you think that, or what do you think that if somebody does healthcare management program, then what kind of where a person can fit into pharmaceutical industry or any other healthcare verticals?
No, thank you for this question. I mean, interesting, right? If I look into my own journey, right, after doing my PG diploma in clinical research, I started my career more like a clinical scientist or CRA, we call it. But eventually, after growing, everyone in corporate ladder or in the leadership journey, we start to feel that our career is getting more like a deep domain specific, right? And many a times people miss out the breadth of knowledge that is also required to drive some key business decisions, right? Or key strategic decisions, I would call. Um, for instance, like then myself, like I'm alumni of IIM Lucknow, where I spent 1 year of my time learning about business management, right? And I can personally say that that has really helped me broadening my horizon, understanding economics, health economics, understanding the business decision making using the stats, and so on and so forth, right? Now, uh, if any student, or let's say if the resource or talent pool that we get from MBA schools, like the typical B schools, if people have healthcare background, right, whether they are from any kind of stream, and they have little bit of experience in the industry, whether they have seen it even little bit from distance, like for example 1 year, 2 year, and they are exposed to the basic philosophies of administrating the business, running the business. They will be able to appreciate more the value chain of the business, right? The work centrality of the business, and what kind of macro and micro drivers are there in any business, right? So I feel it is very very important, and that's why the trend is even industry. in the corporates, what they do is they support um, people, the experts, the scientific or technical experts, to go for such general management program or the business management program. Right? Now, coming to the second part of what you asked, that where I see the people can fit into the research and development and the pharma domain overall. For that, we have to maybe have a look at the RDC continuum, right? The research, development, and commercialization, right? That's how you kind of come up with the product, right? In each of these domains, in each of these, let's say, focus areas, people who have right talent and right skill set to learn and also create value by what they have learned in the B school can add, like whether it is in general management stream, they can pursue a journalist career. In research as well, they can pursue a strategy career in research development as well, and more so like market research, providing opportunities, insights, and analytics, forecasting. Like there are a lot of areas I see people can be employed in, right? However, there's a small thing that I am very personally a proponent of, right? Um, Probably it is just halfway through, then people get a degree, a postgraduate degree, or whatever course they do. It is also time I see India is also looking forward for industry relevant courses so that people have more employability, right? So people can get larger exposure during the course, and they really get more and more interaction, the academia and industry, the industry come together. So I feel that if we are able to add that into the right mix, I think the scope is really good and people can be employed.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. So, coming to the final part of this interaction now, as you are already on our board of advisory for this healthcare management program, so what is your opinion about this program that IIM Bodhgaya has launched? And what would be your message to the candidates who are aspiring to join this program and eventually the thinking to plan out their career in pharmaceutical industry?
Yeah. No, I think this is very positive. I mean, first of all, I feel that this is a positive trend, that earlier healthcare was almost like a domain untouched, right? Sort of say, right? Hey, you know what? You just have to be maybe a doctor, right? In whatever stream, then only probably you can become a healthcare administrator or and whatnot, right? And normally those were very conventional career graph, right? I think this is a great opportunity for people who want to, who have passion towards healthcare, and at the same time they see beyond healthcare as a technical domain. They can really, really drive business. Um, and when I say business, it's not only profitability, but really the impact that they can create on society, right? I mean, that is, for example, driving passion for me as well. You know, healthcare and people. And this opportunity is huge because on one side you get all sort of exposure into cutting edge B school knowledge via this course. Um, the content is designed in a way, and on the other hand, you are in touch with a domain which is one of the most noble, right? I mean, the healthcare, pharma. If you are, whether you are in research, whether you are in development, whether you're in commercial space, or you're working in a hospital, I see this is definitely going to be very, very valuable. Now, apart from it, as I was linking back to the trend that I see, there are also increasing opportunities in future with respect to digital health. So even tech companies like Google, Microsoft, they're also looking for people who have like interface knowledge, right? How the healthcare is working, how this operating, how is the business domain, the operating model. At the same time, they can very well appreciate technology, the B school thoughts, the management fundamentals, right? So that is one space as well, which can open up a lot of opportunities for students who will pursue these programs. Apart from it, even government is opening up, right? So as you will see, government has recently talked about PLI, the product linked incentive scheme, production linked incentive scheme. Now they're talking about RLI, the research linked. So you see, there are a lot of opportunities to help hand in hand with government, because you as a B school graduate with some fundamental degree of healthcare, you would be able to appreciate more the domain. At the same time, you will be able to be in the advisory position, even for government, that how the healthcare policies, for example, should be made, which is conducive for more access, affordable healthcare, and innovation and research and development. So good
Yes.
luck for people who are aspiring for that. I wish we had these courses when I was graduating, so probably more, right? But I see that the trend is positive.
Okay, great. So great feedback about the course and a lovely message to my aspiring or the incoming students. So yeah, thank you so much, Vivek, for this short interaction. So we will look forward to interacting with you more and more like this.
Thank you so
So
much, Dr. Swapnarag, and I wish you and IIM Bodhgaya all the best. I think you guys are creating value, and I feel that society will really benefit out of it. Let's work together to keep our young generation more employable, and they should be in turn able to cascade the value creation aspect further. Thank you so
yes,
much.
yes, yes, absolutely. And I'm sure that with your experience, we can add a lot of value to all the stakeholders.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much once again. Bye
Bye.
bye.